The delivery aspect of your container home is very important to having a successful build from start to finish. So let's talk about what's required for delivery, what we offer as a standard delivery. So we offer delivery in the United States in the lower 48. Anything outside of that area, we have to price on an individual basis. And from Archie, Missouri, we offer 200 miles of free delivery. Anything above that, you can look on our website at the delivery tab and get the pricing per zone to the area where you're located. Most of our units that we deliver require an oversized permit for transport because they're either one, they're too tall, or they're too wide. So before we get into signing a contract, we have to check and make sure they'll issue an oversized permit to your location. Once we find out it's okay, then all the permit fees are included in the delivery price of the container home. One key thing that we got to be certain of is when we get ready to deliver the home, that the site is dry so we don't get stuck. It can't be wet and muddy or snowy or icy, so we have any issues getting into the pad site. After you watch this delivery video, if you have any questions at all, whether your site will qualify for a standard delivery, we offer a service to send one of our team members out to assess your site, to give you a peace of mind and let you know what the additional cost might be for the equipment that we might have to rent or the cranes we might have to bring in. This is a minimal fee of $750 and it gives you a peace of mind. Here are some things that'll help you understand what a standard delivery includes. The first thing being, make sure the roadway to your property is not real steep, it's not washed out, there's no low trees or power lines. We need approximately 15 foot of height. And then make sure there's no real sharp turns that are real narrow that we would have trouble turning a semi around. Once we get to your property, we got to be sure that we have a wide entrance into the driveway, preferably 35, 40 feet, that we could turn a semi into the driveway with no problem. And if you don't have a real wide driveway, then we need to make sure there's no big ditches on each side of the driveway so we can swing wide into the driveway. And another thing that helps is make sure that the roadway is wide enough that we can really swing wide into your driveway. If you've got all those, then we should be able to access your site from the roadway. So the next thing that we need to look at is once we're on your property, we need to be sure that the driveway to the pad site is solid. It could either be a hard surface, it could be crushed rock, but let's make sure that it's compacted so we can make it up without sinking into the loose gravel. We do not prefer driving on dirt or grass unless it's extremely dry and solid. Then once we get to the pad site, we got to be sure that there's enough room to be able to straighten our semi with the pad to be able to back on and unload. Some of the things to look for around your pad: if you're doing piers, we need to be sure that the gravel or dirt around the piers is built up to the height of the pier so we can back our trailer over the piers, set the unit down and drive out from under it. If you're doing a concrete slab, then we got to be sure the dirt is built up to the edge of it to where we can back on the slab and pull out from underneath of it. So that's what included in a standard delivery. Keep in mind, it's not like driving a car to your site. Keep in mind, we're driving a semi that's 75, 80 feet long. It takes wide areas to make the turns, a lot of room to get straight with the site to unload. If you have any doubt that your site might qualify for a standard delivery, then you're probably ahead of the game to have one of our team members come out and assess the site with you. That way we can look and make sure we can get into the driveway, make sure the driveway or the roadway is not too steep, make sure we got room to back up to the pad, maybe make sure we got the clearance we need to pull out from under the container home. If any of these are a question, then it's better to get ahead of the game instead of us show up on the site and have to make arrangements to get a crane, to get a tow truck. At that time, it delays the delivery and the install, and the cost associated with guys being there on site adds up. So let's be ahead of the game. If you got any questions, let's have us come out and do a site survey to answer any questions you might have and to let you know what the additional cost might be for a delivery.